Republican presidential candidate and South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley joins me now. She is also the host of Nikki Haley Live on Sirius XM. Nikki, great to see you, Governor.
Great to see you
and Ambassador. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Once again. Do you agree that it's going to stay that tight all the way? Because whenever I hear all the prognosticators decide that one thing is the way it's going to be, I'm always thinking, yeah, maybe not.
It's going to be close. This is going to be the tightest presidential race I think we've seen in a very long time. It's a hold our breath moment. It's very important for, both Harris and Trump to think about who is it that's going to decide this election. It is just 5 to 10% of the people. It's suburban women, it's independents, it's college educated, it is some conservative Democrats, and they need to just talk to them. And what I've said for a long time is, take Kamala at her word. She did an interview today and she said again, she wouldn't do anything different than what Biden did. So if you take the one thing, she switched on fracking, she switched on immigration, she switched on all kinds of things. But what's the one decision as a candidate that she's made that we can hold her to? Her vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz. She didn't pick the moderate, Josh Shapiro. She didn't pick the pro-Israel candidate. She didn't pick the pro-fracking in Josh Shapiro. She went with a progressive leftist governor. And what do we know about Tim Walz? A governor who raised taxes when he had an $18 billion surplus in his budget. A governor who allows illegal immigrants to have free health care, they get driver's licenses, free college. A governor who allows abortion up until the time of birth. A governor who allows government to get in between the relationship of parents and their kids on transgender issues. That is who you were talking about with Tim Walz. And when a crisis hit and George Floyd happened, the mayor of Minneapolis called him for 3 days begging for the National Guard, and he wouldn't give it. And his response, in his own words, was, it was an abject failure. So look at what she has done. And look at the words that she has said and take her at her word. That is what Trump needs to be pushing all day, every day, because those undecided voters, they want to believe in the hope of what she says. But let's remember, the Democrats took this candidate in 48 hours, revamped, threw her back out with a whole set of issues, a whole set of responses. And now she's trying to tell you life will be less noisy. But she won't even answer if she'll extend the 2017 tax cuts. 62% of Americans will see their taxes go up. Do we really want to take that chance? I don't think we do.
So, obviously, everything that I'm hearing you say is speaking to this group that you talk about, which are these very small undecided voters, because you're saying that you think it is genuinely as tight as it looks. So I read Mark Thiessen's piece in the Washington Post just today, where he says that you need to be employed by the Trump campaign and they need to get you out there, or else, according to Mark Thiessen, he thinks that Trump could lose the race. You said you were standing by. Have you been called upon to do this?
I think they had me do some fundraising emails for him. But look, he's the candidate. Candidates get to decide how they want this to play out, who they want with them, what they want to do. That's his decision. It's his call. We're trying to be helpful where we can, and really doing this Sirius XM show is getting out the issues that I don't think the media is talking enough about. It's making sure they know who is Tim Walz. It's making sure they hear Kamala in her own words say, this is what she believes and this is what she's not saying. It's making sure that we break it all down so that everybody knows exactly what they're getting. So, you can find that podcast anywhere that podcasts are downloaded. I would hate to see Trump lose in a month, but he's got some decisions to make. And right now, I hope he's talking to that 10% of Americans.
Yeah. And you will be out on the Senate race campaign trail.
Yes, I will be out there for Dave McCormick in Pennsylvania. And that's a tight race. He's running a great race, and we're hoping we can push him over the finish line.
All right. Governor Ambassador Nikki Haley, and now on Sirius XM. Great to see you, as always. And we'll be watching. I know you're going to be all over this for the next 4 weeks, and it's nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you.